Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so right off the bat, this was me going to the Union Square Green Market before my
9 a.m. 6-hour Monday class.
But yes, this was basically just a little calm prep moment for that class. And they had a bunch of fall stuff. They had pumpkins, they had mums, they had, they had apples stuff. I was so obsessed. I love seeing fall in New York every time. And honestly, it's just really convenient because Union Square is literally right down the block from the Parsons building. And listen, guys, I'm a little early bird. Like, I get to class super early and I had a lot of time on my hands, so I decided to get a coffee. It was not worth the $8, let me tell you. I got a maple pistachio latte. It was good, but not that good. And listen, I'm broke and never know when to say no, so of course I got it. Not to start beef, but I did bring that coffee to the cafe in my other building. I thought my outfit looked really cute today, but after getting a coffee that cost the same amount as a fully furnished apartment, I walked over to my school's material exchange. I highly recommend you go there if you go to Parsons. It's such a good resource. You can basically trade in materials to get other materials. It's honestly really sustainable. It's located in the architecture building. I'm not sure if it's the second or third floor. And then of course I had to leave with a bag of things, little haul. And then we went to the making center. We had to get glue. All they had was wood glue. But basically you can come here to rent tools. Yeah, so our professor let us go down and get all that stuff, but then I had to come back and do my concept board. And I know you guys are begging to know what I'm doing, so I'm doing a conversation pit. And then about 3 hours in, we get a lunch break. So I went to Pret. I've never been before, but guys, this salad that I got, like I can't even watch this clip. It was so bad. It was so not good. But I did get this like mango dragon fruit drink that I think pulled it together. But this is what she looked like. And I really was trying to convince myself that it tasted good. But after that, I went on a bunch of side quests. I've never been to J. Crew a day in my life, but I'm so glad that I popped in because they had these randomly good things just scattered around their store. Like I found some gems. I'm going back there. Like look at this top. This top is adorable. I love a good white top, like lacy vibe to it. And that jacket, I love that jacket. Like listen, Jay and the crew, keep doing what you're doing. I'm loving it. I was just window shopping, but I was also stalling because I didn't really want to go back to class, but I did. And I finished up my concept board. It's super simplified. It's not as like stuffy as I would have made it, but it was what we were supposed to do for a concept board. But that was my interior design studio class that I also have again on Thursday. So for Tuesdays, I have a class called Representation and Analysis. But of course, knowing me, I had to stop at Dunkin'. I got my wake up wrap. That's my usual. But this class is basically a conceptually based class. It's teaching you how to make representations for your concepts. But this was my midterm. It could be a lot better, but I'm still really new to this. My concept was making a cafe from the mansions that I saw in Rhode Island. Overall, though, it was a pretty good critique. I got some good feedback. But afterwards, I went back to the Union Square area and went to this Japanese market called Hashi. It was pretty average for like New York City pricing. Like it wasn't super expensive, but they did have a lot of stuff there in general. And they also had this really nice looking matcha stand within the store that did look expensive, but it really did look like it was worth it. But like I said, they do have more than just food, drinks, and snacks. So we popped into the other aisles just to look at what they had, some home stuff, some apartment stuff, you know, if you need a quick little something. But yeah, I would highly recommend coming in here. But I did end up liking the food that I got from there. And after lunch, I headed on over to Muji. I just wanted to look at all of their pens and pencils and notepads just for like quick little things for school. I'm pretty sure yeah, I ended up just getting one pen. But listen, if you're gonna go to Muji and get anything, get one of their pens. Actually, my Wednesday classes are pretty light. I have a 2 p.m. lecture for architecture history, and then that goes to like 3:25, and then I have a 5:10 recitation that goes to 6:40. And yes, I had Wendy's for lunch. Yes, I'm a college student on a budget. Not too much on my girl Wendy, but because my day starts a little bit later, I do get out later, which is the only downside. And guys, literally a week after I recorded this video, the leaves started changing. Whatever. But I actually am such a fan of taking this architecture history lecture. I think I am learning a lot through it. And I did take a couple architecture classes in high school, so it just kind of reminded me of that. But the building is so pretty. Look at this hallway that I found. And this is when I found out that my class was canceled. And I am a commuter, so to find out that my class is canceled like only a couple hours beforehand is a little bit annoying. But also there's this cafe right across from school. I think it's called like Ariston Cafe. Either way, it's so pretty there. And for every season, they decorate their cafe to kind of like reflect the season that it's in. So obviously for fall, they have this fall foliage and the flowers that they do. It's all fall themed. I think I got one thing from there once, but I'm really just there for the ambiance ambiance. And then I went to Trader Joe's to pick up some dinner, and I wanted to see the new fall stuff that they put out. And you know me, of course, I went to go look at the pumpkins, and I wasn't sure what to get for dinner, but I ended up getting the gnocchi. I love the stuffed gnocchi. I could have that every day of the week. But I was so gagged because look at all of the fall stuff that they have out. Cinnamon roll lip mask. Are you kidding me? And the face wash, like the little prints on it, is actually so adorable. And if I went to go look at all of the fall stuff that they had at Trader Joe's, you have to look at all the fall stuff that they had at Trader Joe's. I am missing that pumpkin sheet cake, but it's fine. This was me on my way home. And of course, I got on the wrong subway. So for Thursday, we're back in my interior design studio, but today we're going to the Healthy Material Library to get stuff for our material tray for our midterm project, aka my conversation pit. It's really nice in here. Of course, it's open to the students, but they do have all of these like different variations of healthy materials, like organic, environmentally friendly materials that you can use. It's a good resource because I feel like for my major with interior design, I do want to take into consideration the environmental impact of my work. It's really cool because they have these things like pineapple leather, cactus leather, and for example, the wood that I'm using in my project is called Luna wood, and it's basically sourced from these monitored and maintained forests. So the people that manage the forest basically replant the trees, and it's also a wood that uses no harsh chemicals or any bad chemicals for the environment. But anyway, these are the materials that I ended up choosing for my conversation pit. And then I went to the Bagel Pub in Greenwich Village. I love the way this place looks, and they also just have these really nice spreads for the bagels. And then of course, I'm here to let you know that the place is affordable. It's like $2 for a bagel, I think $3 for a buttered bagel, but I got a bacon, egg, and cheese. So if you're looking for affordable bagels, I would suggest the Bagel Pub. And then I went into this random store. I don't even remember the name of it, but they had some like organic products made from herbs and plants and whatnot, but it is right down the street from the Bagel Pub. And then I feel like I never see Halloween decorations in New York, and I found these Halloween decorations in this storefront, and I thought it was cute. And then I had to go to my 4 o'clock class, which is textiles and soft materials. It's kind of self-explanatory. We're just learning about textiles and working on our midterm, which is for weaving. And these were some of the yarns that people were using for their projects. And none of us have ever really weaved before, so it was kind of funny because we didn't really know what we were doing. But then my professor also gave us a bit of a sewing machine demo. And I've only really used a sewing machine maybe like 5 times in my life, so I still have a lot to learn. But we just literally were practicing on these little pieces of fabric. And then I was on my way home, and look at this view.
I'm doing the best I can, okay? I'm doing the best I can, and I love my major, so I can't complain.
So, as you can tell, I was kind of tweaking just a
Little bit.
because I think everybody was really stressed out. We just got introduced to this new project.
Result of said project, ...
Took 10 years off my life.
And it was a lot of stuff that we had to do in such a short amount of time. So everybody was just kind of like, oh, okay. And then I went to the 9th floor, which is basically our textiles and dye lab, because they had free yarn. And then I was looking at all of the stuff that they had there, and I thought everything looked so cool, and it kind of made me excited for my project. If you do go to Parsons, though, they do take yarn donations. But obviously when you take the yarn, they just ask that you be respectful and only take like sample amounts. But I was just going through the books that they had and going through all the yarn that they had. And then for my last class, I had my critique for my photography project, which was basically all about sense of place. So I focused on a garden, and I also kind of highlighted the fact that my sense of place was somebody else's sense of place and how it could be like inhabited by other people and objects. And again, I got some really good feedback, and it was so fun to hear what other people thought. And And then I got some pizza from Little Italy Pizza. It's so good there. I love their pizza. And oh my gosh, IKEA had a little pop-up in Union Square, so of course I had to go inside. It was so nice. They had these free cinnamon bun mini things. And then upstairs, they even had these free Swedish meatballs, but we came at the wrong time, so they weren't really ready. Basically, IKEA was doing a celebration for their anniversary. I think it was their 50th anniversary. And the event was called Housewarming. Is that not perfect? So this was us going upstairs though, and they had a nice little showroom layout. But guys, it was so fun. Okay, y'all. Thank you so much for watching that video. I hope you liked it. I had a lot of fun making it, but let me know if you want more like Parsons related videos. But yeah, that was my super busy, anxiety inducing fall semester. So yeah, so thank you for watching. Goodbye.